That's it then. So, did you want some hairdressing models then, Graeme?
Yeah, maybe one or two just to kick it off again.
Well, do you want to sell any of your dummy heads, because you've got 5, haven't you?
I've got 5 or 6, yeah.
Well, I mean, somebody might want a dummy head, or...
No, I'm not giving them away, you must be joking.
No, but they might buy them off you. Or there might be somebody out there who'd like to borrow one for the weekend.
Well, you know, I'm not going to lend them out because I'll never get them back.
Well, if you take a deposit...
Anyway, my name's Graeme, if you were asking.
Well, I wasn't, but...
Okay. Yeah,
but,
just going to get some models in just to see if people want ordinary hairdressing doing, apart from, you know, and not just the funky student stuff, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, basically, I mean, you listen to people and try and do what they want, really.
Yeah, but
whoever it is.
But your way of colouring, I'm not very good at that, so...
Well, you're very good at... you've got a very good skill set, it's just it might not be quite the same as mine, sort of thing. Yeah.
Have you turned it off while we're not talking?
No, I'm still recording.
Go on, then what are we talking about?
Well, we're talking about...
I bought 5 blocks, 5 training blocks.
They've got real hair, haven't they?
Well, I'm hoping they are. I don't know if they have with that, but they were only £100 for the lot, you know what I mean?
Well, it seems a
So
bargain.
they might not be totally human hair, but if I can just practice doing some techniques with colour and techniques with taking hair up, that's fine.
Yeah, but you'd be even better if members of the public came and volunteered.
Oh yeah, if they could do that as well. Well, I don't want to spend all my life doing it all for nothing as usual.
No.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to keep running away all the time. Can't keep doing it.
Anyway, the shop might shut down.
What do you mean?
Well, because of something I put on Facebook.
What?
Well, even though I support Black Lives Matter, which I do, and which, you know, because black people are being treated very badly by the police in America. Not all the police, but, you know, a fair number. There've been a fair number of incidents of black people being treated far more harshly than white people, and even killed and murdered, you know, like we've had with George Floyd recently. Anyway, so I shared a post on Facebook that
didn't go down too well.
Well, it said more or less it said a day to share this, that police lives matter, and so I thought, well, I do respect decent policemen who treat black and whites and all races decently and also uphold the law. So I just put that I do believe that the lives of policemen matter as well. Yeah. And people seem to think that because I put that on Facebook, that I believe that police lives matter as well, that I don't think, I think less of Black Lives Matter, which is obviously the main priority at the moment, because there's about 300 years of black people being mistreated, and the police have got a bad record for treating black people badly in various different countries, probably including Britain and America. So I just wanted to say that I believe there are some decent policemen, and police women obviously as well, who are doing their best to serve all the community and treat both black and white as they should be, which is as important and good as each other, really. Anyway, so I got a lot of criticism for putting, I think it was Please Lives Matter, because that was the thing, will you share this? And so I did share it, because I thought, oh, it's a good job we've got the police, you know, they've helped me out in quite a few situations, and I'm sure if anyone's watching this video, they've helped those people out as well. So but then again, you get bad apples, don't you? I mean, Sweeney, even in a hairdressing sense, Sweeney Todd, if he used to murder people, and make them into meat pies, and
Right, yeah.
So I mean, it's probably, I don't know whether there was really a person like that, but I can imagine in history there have been some murderous barbers, hairdressers,
Yeah.
and but there definitely been bad eggs in the police force,
Oh, yeah.
and a lot of black people have suffered as a result of it.
Yeah.
So, but if people think because I said the police lives matter that I don't speak up against the police that have particular policeman.
Why have you said that the shop may shut down? What does that got to do?
Well, because people say, oh, you know, you don't support Black Lives Matter, and you're you know what I mean, and I thought you were a nice hairdressing salon. Why are you putting
Yeah,
police?
you just say that my views do not necessarily represent the views of
the salon.
the salon or anybody who works in it.
Yeah. Well, I think they do though,
Free
because
speech.
I think they do though, because really, you know, I think anyone who's realises that there are,
Borrow your scissors for now.
yeah,
Okay.
you know, because the thing is, you know, there's good and bad in a lot of professions, aren't there?
Yeah, of course.
You know, you got
You've got some scissors.
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Carry on.
But I don't really regret saying that. I don't want, you know, the main thing at the moment is Black Lives Matter, and I don't want to stop that being the most, you know, because a lot of good things are happening because of Black Lives Matter. People, you know, footballers are wearing shirts with it on and everything like that, and it's gone into the public, more into the public conscience, realising that, you know, there's been a lot of injustice, really. And so, you know, but at the same time, I don't think it's fair to say that all police are bad eggs and that we shouldn't have a police force at all.
No.
You know, because a lot of people respect the great majority of the police force, and just realise that just as you can get dodgy people in other professions, you'll get dodgy policemen. But any decent police force, though, will get rid of those people. Anyway, yeah, so that's why the shop might shut down, because people think, oh, I'm not going there anymore. He doesn't really believe in Black Lives Mattering and all that, which I do. It's just I believe that police lives matter as well, and I'm grateful to police who've helped me in the past. Jolly good. Have you ever had any bad or good experiences with policemen, Graz?
I can think of particularly. There was that incident at Hillsborough Park when me and my friend got beaten up. Well, we got punched in the face outside the swimming baths. Do you remember that one?
Oh, you mean this wasn't? But these were thugs, weren't they? They weren't.
Yeah.
But you reported it to the police,
No,
and
the police came. But there was a fracas in the street, and the police turned up.
Yeah.
And I was about to sit the guy on the spikes at the. I've been backing off all the time, saying, "Come on, let's talk about this. Let's talk about it. Come on, this is stupid. Done absolutely nothing to you." Well, there you go. Because my friend was half caste, so.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you mean he was like mixed race? Because you're probably not supposed to say half caste these days.
No, mixed race.
But but at that period of time, it wasn't considered politically incorrect to say describe somebody as mixed raced. I mean, in that way.
Yeah. Well, whether he was targeted and I was targeted as well, because of that.
So you reckon that you might have been targeted as a light person or white person?
Well, I think I was just targeted because I was stood there talking to him in a queue of a busload of people waiting to get on a bus.
Yeah.
And the guy who was closest to me was about as far as you are now.
Yeah.
He punched me right in the side of the face and it knocked me off balance.
Without saying anything to you?
I didn't say a word to him or him to me. He just punched me.
Oh, presumably he was a white person.
Yeah, he was white.
Yeah.
And he punched me, and I lost my balance because I wasn't expecting to get punched.
Yeah.
And I kind of like staggered a little bit. But then this other kid joined, who was in that gang of people there, as opposed to this gang of people here.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like swaying, and he's coming on to me like an ape, almost into ape transition.
Yeah.
Come on then, you know what I mean, and all that. And I ain't even done anything.
Yeah. And
he hit me then right in the mouth, in the jaw, and like knocked me down onto the floor, into the road, where the buses were coming.
Yeah.
Right? And anyway, eventually got up and they started the bus came and they all laughed and jeered and did all that to us and all that. Well,
so were they in one group then? These?
Well, the bus got full.
No, but I mean, were they?
I think they were predominantly one group. Yeah.
Yeah. Were you taller than them or something?
Well, I was taller than that little ape shit, that's for sure. And I kept saying, "Come on, let's." All the time I was getting punched, I was trying to reason with them. You know what I mean? I was trying to reason with them. I mean, it's you know.
Do you think they picked on you because you'd got a mixed race friend or something?
It could have been that. I don't know. But the kid who punched me was a white guy, and he was about my height, and he just laid into the side of my face.
Did they not have a go at your friend?
Yeah, they had a go at. Well, Dave, he actually put this guy under arrest because he was in the military police, David.
Oh, right.
Right. I mean,
the mixed race guy was in the military.
He did a proper arrest.
Yeah.
By this time, though, we'd got as far as Hillsborough Park walking because we thought, well, forget it, we'll just walk.
Yeah.
And these idiots came past us on the bus, giving us all that, and then they stopped. And the two of them, who were probably the ringleaders, the little ape guy and the other guy, they got off the bus to carry on hitting us.
So did your friend let go of the?
Yeah, he must have let him go.
Yeah.
The bus came and all that, and just leave it. You know what I mean? Because he didn't want to be in fracas when he's on leave. You know what I mean? So we got as far as Hillsborough Park, and this guy was at me again, and I started to run away.
Yeah.
And then I thought, and then I didn't. I changed. I think he caught me with his boot. That's right. As I was starting to run away, he caught me with his boot. Right.
Yeah.
And I turned round, and I don't know how I did this at all, but I said to him, "Well, come on then. Let's have a look. You want to go?" And I'm not a fighter. You know.
No.
Come on then. And he came for me, and I punched him. I landed him. I remember landing him a couple of really good in the face. Do you know what I mean? Good punches. And then I picked him up, and I was surprised that I could actually pick him off. It must have been adrenaline.
Yeah.
I picked him off the road like that.
Yeah.
By his collar.
Yeah.
And the Ilsworth Park fence got spikes on the top.
Yeah.
And I was on my way to sit him on them. Do you know what I mean? I was so mad.
What, put his shirt on them or something?
No, I was going to sit him on them spikes.
Oh, right, so he'd
so he'd impale him, you know what I mean?
But lower down.
Then the police came and he ran off.
Mm. How did your friend get on with the other guy?
I don't know. I can't remember now. I think he tried to identify him by. I can't remember if we ended up at the hospital or not.
Yeah.
We think we must, or he must have done, David, because he said, I recognise the guy that punched you. The guy that he put under arrest.
Yeah.
Was the guy that punched me first.
Yeah.
And he said, I knew. He went into the hospital, and I think he managed to recognise him anyway. I can't remember how the story goes now, but.
So did the police take him to the hospital to try and identify the guy or something?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I can't remember. In all honesty.
Or did David need to go to the hospital to get treatment?
No, I think he was fine.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that story before, but not in quite as much detail.
Mm. I was so mad by the time we got to that stage.
Mm.
But I'd given him every opportunity just to back off and go. And I was surprised at myself that I'd even could do it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm quite a tall guy, and I suppose if you think about it, I could land a punch.
Mm.
But it's not my game. I'm not bothered about fighting, you know.
No. Well, I suppose it was like that with the Second World War, though, you know. I mean, Britain had already been through the First World War, and all of a sudden there was Nazi Germany.
Mm.
And so, I mean, the Prime Minister at the time tried as much as possible to avoid war, but Hitler just kept, it was his intention to, well, I suppose first of all to get Britain to be neutral so he could do what he wanted in Europe, and then so that's like, I like watching that film called The Gathering Storm.
Oh yeah.
About Churchill when he, I think it was 1936 or something like that, and he was on the back benches in Parliament, and he tried to make people realise that Nazi Germany was wanting to spread Nazism, and so the Prime Minister at that time, I think it was Baldwin, he basically he was upset at Churchill because Churchill was wanting to he was saying that the Germans were up to no good, so and which is obviously what turned out to be true. Yeah.
I got into trouble with the Boys Brigade once.
Oh yeah.
Because I refused to salute and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't like saluting. I thought I didn't like the discipline of it.
Yeah.
And
I can't imagine they call the police though.
No. But the whoever was in charge of the Boys Brigade.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember David getting awarded all these medals for something.
David, your brother?
Yeah. And we were in a line of people.
Yeah.
Well, the Arcala or whatever his name is, the bloke in charge.
Yeah, the leader, yeah.
Calls out the names of people that have won specific honours. course.
Yeah.
David gets called out, and he walks dead. He's walking like that, really stiff, like he needs to go to the loo or something.
Yeah.
And I started to giggle a little bit.
Yeah.
Not so much that just the way he was walking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my mate whispered next to me, "What are you laughing at? You haven't won anything," or something like that.
Mm.
And I said to him, "I don't care. I don't want to." But the want to bit came out like a scream, like, "I don't want to." And everybody, and this line that was completely still and straight,
Yeah.
started to like wobble. You know what I mean?
We're all giggling a
Eventually,
bit.
everybody's like going like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It were quite funny, that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was in Aberdeen. I loved Aberdeen.
Oh, right, yeah.
I love that place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a great city, is Aberdeen.
Is it not too far from the sea, I would
Well,
imagine?
it's right on the sea, isn't it? Beautiful coastline, because it's not really a touristy kind of one, you know what I mean? Right.
Yeah.
And Selena comes from there, of course.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't understand why she wanted to make me a friend on her thing. I haven't seen her.
Well, a lot of people want to be your friend, Graeme.
Don't you?
So you shouldn't put yourself down.
Just taking a little bit off here. That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah. Have I got any hairs growing in my ears?
I'm not looking. I don't like that kind of thing.
Right. I know, but you could use the hair trimmers to trim my
No, you
ears.
haven't.
Eh?
No, you haven't then.
Yeah. Anyway, the
keep
shot's
still.
been cleaned.
Keep still.
Oh, you are cutting hairs off my ears.
Go on, say again.
I'm just telling the watching public that the salon's been thoroughly
Sanitised.
cleaned. Well, yeah, well, and
Not
a lot of stuff's been moved out so that it's less cluttered.
Mm.
So hopefully there's still quite a lot of things to interest people here. But,
Are you seeing Asif later
um,
today?
no, I don't think so. He did a